And where's the camera? Here, right? So yeah, I need to remember to look at that.
You've gone blue now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's because I put my finger over. That's weird, isn't it? Oh, I don't like that so much. I look a bit ill, don't I? Oh, how...
It started to record.
Okay, all right. I'll be blue then.
Bloopers.
I look like I'm swimming.
You look very well, though. To be honest, you do look well.
This camera is a lot better than the one on my phone or my laptop, so I think I'll stick to this one.
Mine's a bit too detailed for my liking. So anyway, yeah. So how's the flat stomach going that you're trying to get?
Do you want to see? No, it's not been going very well, really. So I've been looking at, I was doing Joe Wick's morning exercises, and that's all the kind of jumping up and down and things quite nice because it's only for 20 minutes. And then he does ab stuff. But he's a 35-year-old young guy doing, who's a fitness trainer, and he's not really aiming at 50-plus women, post-menopausal who've had a couple of kids. Even if you haven't had kids, I think you still have the stomach issues, don't you? And I've read up a lot about, menopause and losing weight over 50 and all the rest of it. And, it is very doable. And I always look at the celebs and think, well, I don't think they've all had tummy tucks, have they? I'm not sure. But, it's a long-term process, isn't it, getting the fat off and keeping it off and keeping those abs toned. And I just find I haven't actually found the exercises yet that I can do. So I'm trying yoga as well, but it's burning off the fat, and it's just so much harder as you get older. I'm sure you find the same.
Definitely, yeah. Tony says
I don't even eat very much.
Can you do the
plank? Oh yeah, I've gone through phases. Actually, that is good. I must admit, actually, that does seem to help. When I stick with that, and when I don't eat any bread, it's a big help. At least it doesn't get that bloatedness that you kind of tend to get, even if even if there's fat there. But like everything, it's just a lot harder, isn't it?
Oh yeah, when I was younger, believe it or not, I was so skinny, it was unbelievable. But until I probably hit about, I'd say my 40s, it started to creep. But I used to eat everything. This is the problem. I love my food, and I eat everything and drink everything. And then I think over 40, it just started to get harder and harder. But definitely when you get over 50, it's really difficult.
Really, yeah, because I really eat very little compared to a lot of people. Like we went out last night and we had it was like little homemade what they call empanadas, which is like a pie. I keep using my hand. So it was the piece I had was about that big. It was pastry with a bit of spinach sort of filling, and I only had one piece, and I had some salad, couscous, and we had a bit of pie for pudding, and I was really bloated, really stuffed. Now years ago I could have eaten 3 or 4 times that amount, and it wouldn't have, I wouldn't have felt bloated. So I think as you get older, your stomach capacity seems to shrink, certainly for me. And I also think that, like you say, because it was easy for you to lose weight in the past, you've never had to be disciplined. And then to suddenly try and be disciplined is, it's almost next to impossible, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is. And it's like, because as well, I mean, it's no excuse, but Tony, obviously, he has no problem with it, and he can eat. I mean, and he does all his fitness, but sometimes he'll sit there and he'll have crisps at night and things like that. And I've got temptation, and he'll go, do you want some? And instead, I can't say no, you see. So I go, all right then. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the same. And I think, we have over the years kind of, we've been on and off diets. I don't know what you're like, but I've been on and off a diet most of my adult life. And so you always feel like you're missing out. And as you say, Tony's like it, Steve's like it, they do a lot of exercise and presumably an awful lot more than we do. But we're the ones that in the past used to be running around and, after the kids and keeping the house going and all the rest of it, and probably worrying more. So we managed to kind of keep and we were younger, so we didn't have those, the hormones raging against us. But now I think, we slow down. I must admit, I'm blimmin' lazy around the house. I can't be bothered anymore to clean up because it's just an ongoing battle, especially with all the dogs. And it's dusty. It's really, everything gets covered in dust here, like an orangey browny dust. You probably know it from Tenerife.
It's like it's the desert. Is it the sand? What's it called? Kalima.
Well, I'm not. What?
Kalima. Is it called a kalima?
You could. I'm not really sure, to be honest, because the klima is the word for climate, I think. But I think it also might have that terminology. But obviously, we're in the middle of olive groves, which is all dusty brown soil. It's like soil, but when it's dry, it's like brown dust. So it is. It's just everywhere, and it comes in all the windows and everything. Anyway, so that's my excuse. But I go through phases of like, oh, I'll diet and I'm maybe good for about a week. And then, as you say, your man's eating tons of stuff and all the crisp, you're sitting at home at night and you fancy something and he's having crisp, because you have one and that's it, you've blown it, haven't you? So I try to be quite good, but you just kind of think, why should I in the end, don't you? Why should I be like that? But then you look in the mirror and you hate that stomach. It's just, really for me, it's just my stomach. I don't really mind everything. And obviously there's the old bingo wings. And again, I mean, I've worked on those over the years. Nothing's ever happened. I mean, that's not too bad, but this never goes. This never goes. And I think, oh, yours is quite good. Yours is better than mine. The bingo wings gang. Dinner lady arms, that's the other term. Have you heard, do you use that? But
you know what though? I mean, you're never happy with it, are you? Because I used to think I've got fat, muscly arm. Like, look at my shoulders, like a man. I've not got leg. A lot of these tops that you get when I go and try tops on, I look like a man. They're really tight across there. And I just...
Did you need swimming or something then?
No, I think it's when we used to bring bouncy castles in and out.
Oh, yes, probably. Because you are quite toned there, actually, aren't you?
Toned? Well, that's one word for it, Diane. Thank you.
No, I think you are. But it's an ongoing battle, and I think, most women our age feel the same. There are, a few that maybe think they could be a bit heavier, but I think, the stomach is the biggest issue, I think, for a lot of... I mean, I'm glad I haven't got, at least I haven't got the massive hips and it's only in one place. But when I've got a dress on, I just look, you can't see, obviously, because it's a long way. Oh, I won't do that. But I just kind of go down from my boobs. It just kind of goes out in a tent. Whereas if you wear fitted clothes, obviously it's a lot, it's more flattering. But what to do? What can you do about it? Apart from really work hard.
They don't look right on me because of that reason. Because you go to, I've got like these, it's sort of, where you've got the elasticated top there. And it's like a sock,
and then it's shirring
off the shoulder, but honestly it looks horrible on me no matter what I do with it, because it just the whole thing, and then it sticks to my stomach and it just makes me look pregnant.
I'm the same. I guess that's it. As you get older, you know what suits you and what doesn't, and we don't have to follow fashion anymore. But like here, because it's so hot, and obviously you've got a hot spell now, it's very, I think it's the same in the UK actually. Women like wearing like long dresses because you get sort of the floaty feeling, and if you haven't shaved your legs, you don't have to show your legs. But with that comes usually the stomach issue, doesn't it? Sort of. So anyway, the upshot is it's not going particularly well. I haven't been doing my planks, I must admit. I was doing yoga last week and my legs were killing me because there was a lot of standing on one leg and like hinging. So say this is your leg. You stand on a leg and you hinge at the waist and your body's along here. You've got your other leg over here. You're just standing on one leg, and it really puts a lot of pressure on the leg you're standing on. And about a week after, every time I went upstairs, I nearly died. I couldn't believe how much it hurt. So that's put me off, but I've got to get back to it. It's consistency, isn't it, with everything in life, really?
Oh, definitely, yeah. And everyone was doing that. Is it the 5K? I know was it Joe Wicks that was doing that pouch to 5K?
He may have done in the past. That's not the thing I've been following. He was doing the PE with Joe Wicks all through the... He was kind of doing it for the kids. But, I mean, a lot of women were doing it. And actually, my friend Andrea was saying, oh, he's really popular because he's gorgeous. He's good looking and he's got lovely hair. And so, everybody wants to kind of watch him and everything. And he's cute and he's, nice and everything. So I think that's what makes him popular. But he was doing it... Well, it sort of seemed to be aimed at school kids, and on his last day he had all these lots of videos of people across the country doing it, and you got from like 2 and 3 year olds doing it or doing it with their mums right up to teenagers, and so then me and Andrea in our 50s doing it as well. So it does appeal to all ages because it's not too intense, which is the whole point, isn't it? There's no point only going for the the super fit type of people. So I think he did a really good job actually of getting people because I mean, I didn't follow along at the time during lockdown. It was like through the holidays and everything as well, wasn't it? But I think it did unite people in, quite a nice way. And you made a load of money for charity doing it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I do like him. I think it is, and all the people that do that type of thing, and they give their time for. Yeah, he did it all for charity, didn't he? He didn't make any money for himself, which is nice.
Well, I expect he did in some way or other, and obviously got great kudos. He'll probably become benighted or something now, won't he?
So what have you got in that glass?
Oh, only it's like crappy cheap juice and fizzy water.
Oh, I thought you got some smoothie going on there.
No, I've been doing the smoothies, but yeah, again, we went out and got a smoothie thingy, and they're lovely, and I love them. But actually, I think I was having a bit too much fruit because I was putting on weight. When Andrea was here, she was making us like pineapple and banana and watermelon and all this and yogurt and fruit, and it was lovely. But it was a lot of sugar really in it. So, but actually, my friend Tina's put me onto Tom Kerridge's smoothies. So,
right.
do you know him? Another chef that's lost a load of weight. And there's a nice one I had yesterday, which was your sort of standard smoothie with peanut butter, I think it was, and banana and some sort of non-dairy milk and coffee. So I loved that because I love my coffee.
What is it? What do you put in there? Almond milk then?
Yeah, I think he says kind of any milk you like really. Talking of I've just had thank you very much, darling. Just had some watermelon brought up to me. That's great actually, watermelon, because it's very flushes you through. I mean, everything's there, all the diet information is there. It's just sticking to it, isn't it? And booze obviously is the
that's
big evil thing.
So someone said to me once that half a lager is the same as, is it a loaf of bread, something like that?
I would be surprised.
Bruno's snoring. Can you hear it?
Oh, bless. I did hear something, yeah, but I wasn't sure. Okay, I've only got the one dog down here at the moment. Oh no, two dogs with me at the moment, and they're quite quiet. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised actually about the lager, because the first year we were here, actually, we used to go next door a lot. I think I told you. And it was, lager all the time. And I put on loads of weight. I must have gained about a stone and a half just over the summer. And they said, "Oh, you've put on weight since you've been here." And I'm like, "It's your fault. You keep giving me all this lager." So I won't drink beer now because of that.
Do you think beer's more fattening than wine then, would you say?
Well, I think probably because you just drink so much more of it, don't you, really? I mean, you don't have, well, you might, but, most people don't have half a pint of wine. So it's just so easy, how many, even as a woman, I mean, I only drink, halves or bottles. You could still get through a couple of pints, couldn't you? And I don't think I drink a couple of pints of wine.
Well, to be fair, we probably do. Keep your nose out. This is a YouTube video.
Yes. Do you mind?
We probably should tell people that you're not called Steve.
Oh yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, this is my laptop, actually, my own laptop is called Rich Kids, I think, isn't it, anyway? Yeah, this is Steve's, my husband's laptop, because his Zoom seems to be better than mine. And also, just before we came on, I actually dropped my laptop on the floor, but it is working. But yeah, this seems to be I look better on this camera than on mine. I think that's the cold hard truth of it all.
I don't think we do too bad. So let's talk about the other things then that we're going to talk about, to do with just aging generally. I'll stop the recording and we'll go into another one.
Right.